to our first show. My name is Vanessa Agudelo, and we have our special guest today, Theresa Roemer. She is an author, philanthropist, entrepreneur, fitness, and health coach. Teresa, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be the very first guest.
I know, right? Are you from Houston? Were you born and raised in Houston? Where are you from?
No, I was actually born and raised most of my life as a child in Nebraska on a ranch, and then a little bit of Wyoming, California, and then of course got planted in the middle of Texas here because of a job.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And so, do you love it so far?
At first I didn't.
Of course.
Because I'm a Cali girl.
Yeah.
But it's grown on me.
Yeah.
You know, my dad always used to say, don't, you know, home is just where you lay your head. You know, your family and a good time is a plane ride away.
That's true.
You know, I'm on a plane a lot, so.
Tell us something that some people may not know about you.
That I used to milk cows.
I didn't know that. I should. That's funny. What are your current projects right now? I know you have a lot, but like, tell me one or two that you have going on.
Oh, well, I'm currently thinking of, and I should not say thinking, I'm actually going to do it. Do an autobiography on myself.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be called From Milking Cows to Millionaire.
I'm watching. Are you watching? I'm watching. For sure. So, what is the best advice someone has ever given you?
It was probably my mother. You know, I really have to give her credit for instilling my work ethic that I have. Because as a small child growing up on a ranch, you couldn't just say, oh, Mom, can you go milk the cows for me? I'm sick today. And she'd be like, no, that's your chore. Mm-hmm. You know, and so I can remember once we moved away from the ranch, getting a newspaper route as a little girl. And I can remember one day it snowed, and I was like, I can't deliver my newspapers. I can't ride my bicycle. And she's like, I guess you're going to walk then. Now, I think parents today would go, it's okay, honey, get in the car.
Yeah.
I'll take you on your newspaper route. But my mother was like, can't ride your bike, guess you're gonna have to walk, figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out.
And you know, at the time I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
hate you. But now looking back, I'm like, wow, I was instilled with such work ethic. And I think that has really helped me get to where I'm at now.
That's awesome. She believed in you. She saw it's no challenge for you. Go walk. Make it happen, honey.
I don't care if you get frostbite.
What is your favorite book and why?
Well, of course, my favorite book is any one that I wrote. I do have 3 of them, but I think my favorite one was my last one that I did, Naked in 30 Days, because it really helps a woman not physically get naked per se, but just get naked with herself. You know, it's going to help you healthy-wise. It's going to help you with your eating, your exercising, your meditating, your spiritual self. You know, I think it just really helps a woman get naked with herself, come to terms with who she really is, and live her best life.
Where can your viewers find that book?
Of course, it's on my website, theresaroemer.com. It's on Amazon, everywhere.
Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get it overnight.
Yes. Right. How do you spend your free time? Because you're always working.
I am.
I'm
you know,
curious
and
to know.
no, people. I think I call it free time would be working out, because that's really probably my only free time. My feet hit the floor running at 7 a.m. and I don't quit until usually midnight. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, people are like, "Oh, I'm sure," and I'm like, "No, really." Like, even my husband can contest to that. So I would have to say my free time is my workout time. And that's my time to just come up with new ideas, reflect, so I don't even really call it downtime. It's hard for me to relax because I feel like I'm wasting time.
That's good advice. Speaking of advice, what advice would you give your younger self?
Stay focused, stay consistent, and reach for your dreams because you can make anything happen if you wanted to. Yeah.
That is so true.
I tell people the only person standing in the way of your success is you.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect others to believe in you?
That's so true.
So I think that's where my confidence comes from, is because I do believe in myself. I've always believed, even as a little girl, that I would be someone someday. And I don't mean celebrity status or whatever, you know, whether it was when I was Mrs. Texas or when I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro for a fundraising effort, or, you know, whatever. I mean, like, you have to believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, that really shines. That really, people see that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. That makes me feel emotional, just because it sounds so cliche, but it's so, so true. You have to believe in yourself. Like Theresa said, if you don't believe in yourself, who will?
Well, because I was always told, you know, many times that I would never amount to anything. Or if I said, oh, I'm going to live in a mansion someday, my mom would be like, yeah, okay, whatever. You know, I mean, like, so I really didn't ever feel like I had anyone believing in me. And I just thought to myself, okay, I don't care what you think. I'm going to make it happen. Put it in the universe. And I truly believe if you feel it and you want it and you put it in the universe, like I said, the only person standing in the way of your success is you. So make it happen.
I agree. So Theresa, I know you're not originally from Houston or the Houston area, but what is your favorite thing about Houston?
I think my favorite thing about Houston is it's so diverse. Mm-hmm. You know, you can find every nationality here. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't even have to go to Japan, or you don't have to go to Europe. I mean, like, so many of my friends are from so many different countries, you know, and so I find it more in Houston than even in LA, when I'm in LA. Of course, New York's got everyone too, but I think the diversity that we have here.
That is very true. We do have a lot of different races here. I know I travel to different countries, and I'm like, oh, we're kind of spoiled in Houston, because if you want Chinese food or Indian food or Mexican food, you're just down the street.
Right.
We have everything here.
Right, we do.
I love it. Okay, what is your secret weapon? An app, a tool, organization method, anything? It could be personal or professional.
My assistant is definitely my secret
Shout
weapon.
out.
Shout out, Mr. Fab.
Love it.
Because without him, I probably would feel like I don't have any arms. Because he's so good at things that I'm not good at. You know, my mother used to always tell me, do what you're good at and hire out the rest, you know, or do what you do best, hire out the rest. But yet you have to know every aspect of your business. So even though I don't do my social media the best, I know how to do it. But I rely on him to really film for me and edit for me, and so, you know, he's not ever allowed to move away.
Noted. Love it. How did you get started in this business? You have so many different types of business. Let's just focus on your fitness business, because you do have your own fitness clothing line, and I mean, you do your best to share as much as you can with fitness. So how did you get started with that? Is it something that came natural to you? Have you always been into fitness?
It started when I was a little girl. I ended up having rheumatic fever numerous times because we lived on a ranch. You don't go to the doctor, you know, when you're 30 miles. Back in those days, it was like when you lived 30 miles from town, which to us here in Houston, like, we're 30 miles,
Nothing.
no big deal. You know? But back in those days, when you lived that far from town, you didn't run to town for things. Like, you, home remedies kind of thing, you know, and so, not my mother's fault by no means that I had strep throat so many times that it turned into rheumatic fever, and so it left me with a heart murmur, and I was told repeatedly as a child, going in and out of children's hospitals, that I would just be a sickly child, that I was always going to be sick. I wouldn't get to be normal. I wouldn't get to go run and play like the other kids. I was probably going to have to just stay inside, and because it would be just all too taxing on my heart. And I was told I would never even get to be a mother, and I was like, who tells a child this kind of devastating news, you know? So I guess because I'm so hard-headed anyways, I was just like, don't tell me what to do.
Not her, not her.
And so I just ran and played and did everything I was not supposed to do. And of course I had to be on a daily dose of penicillin to keep away from getting strep throat and whatnot. So by the time I was 19, they were like, we can hardly even consider you a heart patient anymore because you were able to strengthen your heart so well. So people have to remember your heart is a muscle. So when people are in congestive heart failure, it's because their heart has gotten so weak. So even my husband at one point, you know, he had some problems with his heart, and I was able to get him on an exercise plan where he was able to strengthen his heart. So I don't know, that's where my love of fitness came. It was not because someone told me I had to do it. It was because I felt, unbeknownst as a child, that if I just would run and play, I wouldn't have to be that sickly kid.
Right.
And so that's where my love of sports came. And that's where, from sports, I just went into fitness and health clubs. And so to me, it's just, I got thrown into it because of an illness.
Can you please describe your customers?
They are unique.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's strange because I have such an amazing young following, which blows my mind. Because as a young child myself, I never really looked up to older people per se. I was always trying to find, I don't know. I just never looked at older. They had to be like close, like the Partridge Family or something.
Yeah.
or the Brady Bunch. I mean, like I looked up to them because I could relate to them because they were kids.
Right.
But I never really looked at an older person.
Yeah.
For me to find out that I have followers and customers as young as 13.
Of course. Well, your personality is very young.
Yeah.
So, and you're so approachable. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to share a quick story. When I started this, I wanted to interview somebody, and I kept looking at her page. I followed her, obviously.
Aww.
And I was like, she's so inspirational. Like, that's the type of, like, the first businesswoman to interview is her. And I was, like, for a week contemplating, how do I message her? How do I message her? And I finally did. And she was like, sure, no problem. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so nice. Like, I told my husband, I was like, Theresa Roemer agreed. It was just like, I'm still in clown line. I can't believe I'm in this house. Anyways, she's very, very approachable, so humble, so sweet, so lovable. Anything that you would think just because she has a big house, the world's largest closet, you would think that, oh, bougie. I mean, she has a little bougie in her, but she is so sweet, honestly.
Thank you.
As a businesswoman, what is a lesson that you learned the hard way?
I would have to say the lesson I've learned the hard way is not to trust everyone. Like I said, I went back to that phrase my mother used to tell me, do what you do best and hire out the rest. And so, when you're thinking of yourself thinking, oh, I need legal help, you hire a lawyer because you don't know the law per se, so you hire them and you hope they have your best interests at heart. In my case, I've spent way too much money on PR companies, trusting that they had my best interest at heart, when really all they do is blow smoke up your skirt and take your money and don't do. So I think that's probably the one lesson I've had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And I just figured out I probably can do it better than anybody.
Yeah.
So
Do it yourself.
quit spending the money.
Right. Exactly. If you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out, what would it be?
Don't lose sight of your dreams.
That's good.
And go after them, because you're only given one life on this earth. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is the real deal. And so don't let others deter you from achieving what you want to achieve. A very famous celebrity one time asked me, Damon John out of New York, he said, tell me what your greatest life achievement is. And I was like, I don't think I should be defined by one great achievement. I have many great achievements. So, and I'm going to continue to have many great achievements. So I don't think any person should be defined by one great achievement. So yeah.
I agree. My dad always said, always have more than one hustle. Don't just do one thing, do many things.
Don't ever put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Oh, that's it. We're done.
That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy. It was so fun to talk to you.
Yeah.
So easy.
Thank
she
you.
kind of coached me through this because I was so nervous. Theresa, we have to ask.
Yes.
Can we get a tour of that big closet?
Of course, of course.
So excited. Thanks for tuning in. Don't leave.
This is where all the action happens.
look at this. Can you see with the light?
Yes, that's.
That is amazing.
We do 2 different filmings up here. We film for the TV show Conversations in the Closet, which is on YouTube. And then we also are going to be doing my Conversations in the Closet radio show in the closet too. So we film sometimes here, or we film over in this area. This was probably my favorite one for the longest time because I always felt like I had jewelry on my feet.
Oh yeah.
You know, like who needs any jewelry?
Oh yeah.
The purpose of the closet was because every time I had an event at my other homes,
Right.
the women would get their glass of champagne and then go, "Oh, this is
Of course.
So when I came to this house, I was like, why not have the closet so big that I can actually hold the event in the closet?
Oh.
Because that's where the girls want to be anyways.
Yeah.
So that was the birth idea of the closet. I wanted the closet to continually give back. So I hold the charity events in the closet because that's where the women want to be.
Right. Love it. And it's very spacious. Very spacious.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So girly.
So girly. Everything a girl would dream of.
Very girly.
I love it. That's beautiful.
So what is this here?
It's a wine opener.
This is a wine opener, Texas style?
Yeah.
Love it.
You literally put it on the wine bottle.
Uh-huh. Stop, it's electric. How cool. I love that. Texas
So only in
style.
Texas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's perfect.
And everything is bigger in Texas, as you can see. The
course.
biggest closet
Of course.
in the nation. Teresa's always featured in a lot of magazines, blogs, even Good Morning America, right?
Yeah, they've been in the closet.
Yeah.
Right.
How
We've had
amazing.
3 different German networks in the closet, a French network. So yeah, everyone's fascinated.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, it's just my closet.
Yeah. Casual. I love it. Well, Theresa, we want to thank you so much for having us.
You are
You've been so
welcome.
great to us.
You are
I'm
welcome.
so glad I finally got to meet you. And I'm excited for hanging out with you in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Bye, guys.